Hey everyone, this is Cory. Welcome back to 5 Questions With. Today I'm sitting down with one of our wonderful agents, Lynette Lacerda. You want to say hi?
Hi, Cory.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good. Are you
Yeah,
excited to get into it?
I am. I first thank you for the studio. This is a good place for content
Good.
for us and our clients.
That's awesome. That's what it's here for. So this can be the first video that we're gonna shoot in it.
Okay.
We'll go through 5 questions like we have with other agents. So if nothing else, let's jump right into it.
Sounds good.
You ready? So question 1: what separates you from your competition?
That's easy. I feel like the culmination of my resume and my life's work has landed me as a realtor. And the reason being is I have multiple skills. And what that brings to the customer is I don't just do a listing or help somebody buy. I handle everything. You could call me, well, actually they do. My nickname is the That One Realtor, Lynette. And the reason being is I act like a GC for a real estate transaction. And it just helps alleviate pressure from the customer. It's an a la carte service that, let's say you don't want to do your staging. No problem. I'll take care of the staging. It could mean clean up your house. It could mean freshen up gardens. There's multiple aspects that you can choose from. The other thing that I bring to the table is move management. Who likes moving? Raise your hand.
No one.
I don't see any hands out there. So I'll handle it all. I mean, I'll hire the mover. I'll pack up everything. What I like to tell clients is you bring your prescriptions, you bring your jewelry, and I'll take care of the rest. Even if you have a pet that needs care, you may have a special car collection you want moved, you may have special artwork that needs special care. I take care of it all, or I don't have to take care of any of it. And then the third aspect of me being the one call does it all realtor that kind of partners up with you in your move, I can offer up estate clear out. This can be save money in the area of attorneys. We don't cut out an attorney by any means. We want them part of the project. However, I'll meet with the family, the executor. I can get so many logistics completed and in order to pass off to the attorney. He can even write the protocol. This good definition is even if it's just multiple boxes, even if we just execute the estate's will, things like that, I can do it all. And so that's what makes me unique. Pero también hablo español. Entonces, si alguien quiere hablar en español para comprar o vender una casa, estoy la persona. So that's why, the cool part about this is we're all realtors. We all basically do the same thing, but we get to bring our own character and our passions to the table. And then the client has more than one person to choose from.
I would agree with that. I think that's a wonderful answer. I like how you described yourself, the GC. And I think you mentioned all realtors can do the same. To an extent, yes, we may all transact in the buying and selling, but I think what you're providing is this concierge level of service.
Exactly.
This, hey, if you want hands off, not worry about anything, that's where you fall into play. And you have to find the right clients that want that type of service, and that's kind of how you've built your business is working with those types of clients. So I love it. I've actually never heard anyone else describe themselves as a GC of real estate, and I think that's a good little niche that you've carved your way into.
I would agree, and it's my forte. It's what I love doing. I love writing up, I guess it could even be an architectural plan of your new home base and where you want things. But let's say you just want me to help you move and it's a single family home. I have to be honest, I don't want to scare people, but it would be an additional fee of $400. But if it's a big luxury home that's 5, 6, 10,000 square feet, that could be more. But all of my a la carte services are, I do a complimentary consultation, and Not everybody wants to do it. No big deal. But there are people out there that just don't have the time, want to go away for the weekend and move into their new home when they get back.
Yeah, no, that's a great approach to it. Question 2. What would be your most important tip to home buyers?
My most important tip to home buyers is own your home. May seem kind of an odd statement, but the bottom line is this. You don't want to go over budget. You want to buy a house that, let's say the bank says, oh, you have $400,000. It's okay to buy a house that's $350,000 because then you're still going to go away. You're still going to go out to eat. You're still going to enjoy your life. And that's the aspect that I mean about you own the house. You do not want a property to own you.
So kind of what you're relating to there, from my understanding, is knowing your numbers. I think it's important to be about the numbers and not what I think people have called themselves house poor, but going to that top of the pre-approval. And I think that's important. Where you're saying is we as agents or you as an agent, don't force anyone. If you're pre-approved to 400, if you don't want to pay 400, no one's going to force you. Exactly. And I think that's the important part. And even getting that pre-approval, that high number, that's the most money the bank will allow you to buy a house. If you're at that high number, it's tough. That means that they've looked at it and they say, okay, this is the top end of what you can afford. And even that isn't factoring in going out to eat or just normal living expenses. So even though the bank on paper, you can afford that, I think it's important for you to know your numbers. And even some advice that I've given to my home buyers are, okay, take that. Let's say your mortgage is going to be $2,500 a month for the next 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is. Put $2,500 in a separate bank account and don't touch it. Adjust your lifestyle to what it's like to not have that $2,500 anymore. I think knowing your numbers is an incredibly important tip for home buyers. Absolutely.
That's great advice, Cory, because sometimes when people get to the closing table or down to a settlement statement and they look at their payment, their eyes just go wide open. And we have to remember, sometimes we get clouded up with the process. The banks are businesses, so we have to remember that they want to sell the biggest product they have. And us as realtors have to be the ones that walk step by step with our clients and give them all the educated options so they can make an educated decision.
I think that's tip number 2, make an educated decision. You kind of give me to that. No, okay. It's good. It's good. It is important to make an educated decision based on numbers, based on your lifestyles, based on a ton of different factors. And I think that's something clients can get when working with you is they're not going to get sold something. They're going to get educated in the process. Then ultimately, it's their pick. It's their choice. Mm-hmm. We just give them all the options.
Exactly. And speaking of options, so I have 8 buyer tips. We won't go through all 8.
Okay.
However, you could go to my website, thatonerealtorlynette.com, and I can email them to you. You can call me at 401-236-4001.
Already plugging yourself. Yeah. I like it.
Whoops.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We usually plug it at the end, but that's fine. You can plug yourself right in the middle.
Well, this way, if you didn't write that down, you can grab a pen.
Perfect.
Paper.
I love it. Perfect. Okay. So then let's jump on to question 3. What would your most important tip be for home sellers?
I have to look at my notes.
I love that you brought notes.
Yes, this is so important. And Cory, you probably get this all the time. You're out with friends and they're like, so what do you think my house is worth? What do you think it's this? Blah, blah, blah. Yep. And it's, we want to give you an answer, but we can't. The bottom line is the market at that given moment, historical 3 months, historical 6 months, the market sets the price, not emotion, not, I put a $10,000 pool in the backyard, nothing. In fact, if my clients will, I suggest that they call an appraiser. I have one that does this, and he does it at a very reasonable price because, we have to be realistic. These houses are old, so it might be a 3-bedroom. Well, maybe it's not because of a slanted ceiling. There's nothing wrong with paying somebody to get an appraiser. He's a bank appraiser. But the bottom line is, to answer the question directly, the market is what determines the value, the value of a home. And that's my answer.
That's a good answer. So a saying that I always say is every house is worth the same, what someone's willing to pay for it. Our job as realtors is to get as much exposure on that property as possible and put it in front of as many people as possible. So I like the idea of getting an appraisal, which is like a second opinion, because obviously us as realtors, we can give you an estimate on the market value with our comps, but sometimes you can go and get a licensed appraiser to give you their opinion of value, and having kind of both things to compare, because ultimately in a real estate transaction, unless someone is buying it cash, there's usually going to be an appraisal process anyway.
Exactly.
So sometimes getting ahead of that. I love what you said, where when someone asks you the price, because I get that all the time, a family party, you're out somewhere, what's this worth? What's this worth? And I think this is actually a tip for realtors. Don't give an answer there, because you can't. It's going to put you in a bad spot.
Exactly.
You don't know the numbers. So I can go in and, oh yeah, your house is worth $1 million. But how do you just know that based off feeling, based off what you think? No. Give people numbers based on actual facts, statistics, and market history. Don't just throw out a number because you feel that's what you think it's worth. Because who knows, maybe a house around the corner just sold for $100,000 more that you didn't even think about. I think that's the quickest way to discredit yourself as an agent, is giving them a number that's way, way off, and they had no idea. So I personally say, hey, I'd love to give you a number. Let me go do some research and give you an accurate number. And I think sellers can appreciate that, instead of us just pulling something out of thin air and saying, oh yeah, it's worth $500,000. Based on what? And I think that's, even when we're sitting down with sellers, or when a seller is considering selling their home, your number can't be based off, yeah, you just spent, again, $15,000 on a pool, or it's been in your family for 30 years and it means a lot to you. As much as we love those pretty stories and we can empathize with it, the numbers are the numbers at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And you have to be realistic to those numbers. So I think that's a great tip for all sellers. So let's transition into question 4.
Okay.
What is your most memorable experience with a client?
I have to just back up that
Okay.
I am just a little bit about Lynette. Don't want to tell me a secret, because I won't remember that it's a secret. Okay? I'm just transparent. There's things come out of my mouth, and then I say, and then some, yeah. So anyway, here we go. I have a gentleman call about a house that's $1.2 million. He told me the specs, and I said, oh, okay. And I shared with him that there were 2 other houses with 4 bedrooms, not 3, 2.5 baths, not 2. Not bigger in square feet, but they ran around 800,000, maybe 850. And the man started laughing. And I thought, uh-oh. And I was like, sir? And he said, are you for real? He said, are you a realtor? I said, yes, I'm a realtor. And he said, you're trying to undersell me? And I said, oh, no. I said, I get where you're coming from. And I started laughing too. And I told him, no, this is the bottom line is these homes are all within 10 miles of each other. And guess what? You get to choose. So that was a fun experience.
Huh. I like that. So your memorable experience with a client was someone actually questioning that they weren't being sold to. Because I think that's, unfortunately, the industry is very stigmatized. That people think we're, again, compared to used car salesmen, or that it's run and gun and we're only out for the commission. Mm-hmm. When in the reality of it, there are a few of us out there that don't, obviously we do this for money and we do this for a living, but that's not the motivation, or that's not our why. Our why is to put people in situations where they're happy. So I love that you went for that client. And again, that's a $400K price difference. Mm-hmm. It's a massive price difference. That's thousands of dollars in a commission swing. But that never even crossed your mind. You were doing your job. Mm-hmm. Okay, someone came in about this one. Well, let me give them all of the options that meet their criteria, and potentially even show them, hey, this one might even be a better deal for you. And I think that's how you last in this industry. You're building real, genuine, honest relationships with people. And I was like, I'm not doing this for one deal. I'm going to be in this for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. So like you, I provide my clients all the options and let them pick. Because at the end of the day, it is their decision. We can only advise, we can assist, we're there to serve, but we're not there to make decisions for you.
No.
So I think that's an awesome story to highlight a memorable experience with a client. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome, Cory.
No problem. So the last question here, we've spoken all business right now, but I want to get a little bit personal. Let's learn about Lynette. So outside of real estate and working, do you have any other hobbies or things that you really enjoy doing?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I adore Mother Nature. I love being outside. I photograph Mother Nature. And as a more of a practical part of my life, I also write letters and cards and things like that. So I take my photography and I create greeting cards, and they're so gorgeous that my friends and family frame them. I make my Christmas presents all year long because I take one prior year of my friends' photos, and I create a calendar. Because let's face it, these days people buy what they want.
That's true.
And So what better thing can you give somebody than a memory? Huh. And I have to say it's been going on like 15, 20 years now. And one year I was just way behind schedule and told everybody, oh my gosh, get your calendar for next year because I'm just never going to make it by January. And I got so much pushback going, no, we'll wait.
Wow.
So that's, I absolutely adore making people happy. In fact, my mission statement, you ready? To make every moment mean more. That's my life's mission statement. So I
love that.
Entertain my friends and family at my house. I play games. I love cooking. Isn't this awful? I want to look at my notes. Oh yeah, I can't forget about cars. I absolutely love cars. It doesn't matter if it's Henry Ford's car or, man, Cory has a sweet Audi.
Thank you.
It's so awesome. But yes, I'm a member of Audrain Auto Museum. I love the Newport Car Museum. Gunther has the most amazing collection of cars. It's something I've grown up with, and I appreciate them all. So you can find me at a lot of Cars and Coffees, classic car rallies, things like that. And I love life. I mean, I really do like to make a choice to have a great day. And I hope you all have a great day as well. So. Yeah.
Well said. That's amazing. I love your calendar idea. I almost think where my mind went to that was, your past clients should get that as well. I almost think it'd be interesting as if you put a calendar together of everyone's properties that you sold in that year. And then for each month, there was a different house that you sold or bought or whatever it was. And this calendar became a collection or a story of all the families you helped that year.
Oh.
Or the different community events you were involved in, or it tells Lynette's story. And your friends, your family, your clients are all involved in it. That's where my mind went with that idea. I think it's incredibly sweet. It establishes a connection, and you already have a demand for it.
There is a demand. The list gets longer.
Good. Listen, everyone sign up for Lynette's calendar list. After this, everyone's going to want calendars from you. So, okay. All right, well, listen. Well, thank you so much, Lynette. If you want, plug yourself quick again.
Okay, so... let's see. Oh, you know what? Can we just do a quick shout out to Antara he's the producer. He's done the blood, sweat, and tears. Antara, thank you. We just got a thumbs up. He produces all this and
very much behind the scenes.
Yeah, a big shout out to all the help he brings to the table. If he doesn't know the answer, he figures it out.
That's amazing. Yes. So, yeah. Thank you, Antara. You are tremendously helpful in all of it. I know we don't hear you on these videos, but every single video you are seeing right now, he has his hand on. Okay, so here we go. Lynette Lacerda. My phone number is 401-236-4001. If you want me to email you the seller's tips and the buyer's tips, feel free. There's an elongated version. Si quiere algo en español, llámame. Here we go. 401-236-4001. My website. That numeric 1 realtorlynette.com. Have the best day ever. Plugged herself like a pro. I love it. All right. Well, listen, thank you everyone for watching. That was 5 questions with our guest, Lynette, today. Stay tuned for more episodes coming out with other Revolv agents. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.